Hi, my name's Brad Goss, and I want to talk to you about advertising on social networks. In case you didn't know this, Facebook recently announced it's reached its 500 millionth user, and Twitter has announced that it's got over 160 million users. Now, chances are there's some overlap, but wherever you've got an opportunity to reach 500 million people, it's worth your attention. So social media is still today underutilized as a traffic source. You know, I still talk to a lot of internet marketers at trade shows who still rely on traditional tools, buying traffic from Google and pay-per-click from search engines and sort of the old school way of generating traffic. I've been spending a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of money on Facebook ads, and I can tell you that it took me a while. I lost a lot of money kind of, learning Facebook ads and trying to figure out what to do right and what to do wrong, but it's a fantastic, fantastic ad platform. So I'm going to start talking about Twitter a little bit here. Twitter is still in its infant stages when it comes to buying traffic, and I personally haven't purchased any traffic from Twitter because as it stands right now, they're only really allowing a limited group of partners to buy ads from them, and for the most part, they're fairly big corporations that that are able to do, I think, some fairly large media buys with Twitter. Basically, the two options that they have right now are promoted accounts and promoted trends. So if you know anything about Twitter, when you sign up for Twitter or you go to follow new people on Twitter, it will suggest people for you to follow based on the interests that you've kind of plugged in. So you can now pay Twitter, or a company can pay Twitter to promote your account in that who to follow section, which picks you up a lot of new followers and hopefully eventually some customers, or at least some actions from some visitors. The next one is promoted trends. And if you look at promoted trends, they usually show up in the trending topics section on the right-hand side of your Twitter website, your Twitter webpage. And they usually do show up as promoted. They'll have a little promoted button next to them. But the promotion of a trend will actually get people talking about it, because people do tend to talk about the things that show up in the trending topics. As I said, I personally haven't had a chance to buy any of this traffic yet, so I don't have any experience, and chances are when you're watching this, they may not have opened it up yet to the general public, but when they do, I think there'll be a lot more reports from the battlefield and case studies worth investigating. And when it comes to Facebook ads, that's something that I have a lot of experience with, because I find it to be one of the best paid traffic sources you can get access to because of because of a few things. And the number one thing is the extreme targeting, which I'm going to show you here in just a second. Facebook has some of the best targeting in the business. You can't target like this with Google. You can't target like this with anybody else. And the other thing with Facebook is it's pretty cheap. You can go in for like a $50, $100 test ad buy, and you'll know at the end of that spend whether or not you're going to be profitable when you spend 10 times as much money. So it allows you to kind of throw some pebbles in the pond and see what's going to happen. Test some different conversion tactics. Test your sales funnel for very, very little money, and the return can be phenomenal. So speaking of targeting, I just want to jump onto my screen here really quick. So this is the Facebook ads platform here, and I just want to show you how this targeting works. I'm actually just skipping right over the how to create an ad screen. We'll do that another time. But check out this targeting. Right now I've just got set up the US and Canada as my target, and there's 149 million people in North America alone that you can target that are between that are 18 years or older. You don't really want to be targeting children unless you've got some kind of product or service, I guess, that relates to them. But now you can fine-tune this targeting in the most extreme ways, and I'll give you an example. You can actually, in advanced targeting options here, you can target education levels. You could target workplaces. Let's say you want to target people who work for Microsoft. Okay. So now you have a list of 46,560 people on Facebook who work for Microsoft. Well, let's say you want to target people who work for Apple. 28,380 people who work for Apple are also on Facebook. You can also target based on organization. Maybe you want to target people who are members of the Rotary Club. So you get Rotary International. 28,520 people are members of the Rotary Club. Or maybe you want to target women who are between the ages of 30 and 45, let's just say for the sake of discussion. And let's say we want to make sure those women are married. Well, now we have 16,835,000 people to target in North America. What if we change that from married to engaged? Well, now you're down to 1.149 million people. So the number is much lower, but if you're a wedding photographer, those are the people you want to go after. You want to go after the people who are engaged, and you might even want to fine-tune it down even further to specific cities or specific organizations that they might be members of, or even a different age group targeting. There's a lot of different things that you can do in here. As a for instance, one of the things that one of the Facebook ad buys that has done really well for me has been, I'm just going to change these relationship statuses back to all, and my age group back from 18 to any age. You see my targeting gone back here to 149 million people. I can just type in the word vegan here, and I can see how many people in that group consider themselves vegan. Well, that number is pretty small, and so if I'm trying to target vegans, you noticed here when I typed in the word vegan that other things came up. Vegan Society, which I know to be an organization. Well, that's increased my number to 46,000 already. Veganism. You just start typing in the word, and if you know the organizations or the different things that, or different clubs that people might be members of, you can start to add those to your likes and interests, and that will definitely increase the reach of people that will see your ads. So I just wanted to touch on that for a minute because the targeting on Facebook ads is so laser sharp that you really have to spend some time trying to figure out who your ideal buyer is, and if you can focus in on them, that's going to bring you a lot more quality of traffic than quantity, and you're going to see a lot more conversions and a lot more sales than if you're just trying to go after a much broader spectrum of people. The last thing I want to say about buying ads from social media spaces like Facebook is find a way to put as many people through your lead funnel, not your sales funnel, but your lead funnel as possible. Facebook is a great place to buy traffic, but if you plan to make a lot of money as an affiliate marketer, the best way to do that is, or as any kind of marketer, whether you're selling your own product or an affiliate product, is to build a list of buyers or build a list of people who are interested in buying something in your niche, because you may have other product opportunities to send them down the road. And if you don't keep track of those leads, if you don't build that list of people, you're always going to have to go back to Facebook to buy those ads. So as a for instance, again, I'll use the vegan example again. My wife's cookbook has over 6,000 people on its mailing list now. And when we have a new cookbook or a new product to sell those people, we don't have to go back to Facebook to buy those ads. We can mail 6,000 people that we've already purchased from Facebook ads and try and remonetize that list once again. So always use that Facebook traffic that you buy to build your list first and sell second.